Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to see the interrelationship between two parameters. So H parameters in terms of Y parameters. It's very important derivation. So H parameters in terms of Y parameters. Okay. How to write down H parameters is we have V1, I1, we have V2, I2. So we need to express V1, I2 in terms of I1, V2. So we can write down V1, I2 is equal to H11, H12, H21, H22 of I1, V2. So therefore V1 is equal to H11, I1 plus H12, V2 is one equation. Second equation, I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2 is the second equation. So first we have to take the Y parameters and we have to express in terms of H parameter in such a way that V1 in terms of I1 as well as V2 and I2 in terms of I1 as well as V2. So we have the Y parameters as I1, I2 is equal to Y11, Y12, Y21 as well as Y22 into V1, V2. So when you see this equation, I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2 is first equation, and second equation is I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. Now this should be in terms of I1 or V2. So here we have V1 in terms of I1 V2. This is already mapped. Okay. So I1 in terms of I1 V2. So first we'll write down Y11 V1 is equal to I1 minus Y12 V2. So from here I required the value of V1. V1 is equal to 1 by Y11 into I1 minus Y12 divided by Y11 V2. Compare with the standard expression. So V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2. So when you compare this, then you're going to have H parameters is equal to H11, H12 is equal to H21 is equal to as well as H22 is equal to H11 is equal to 1 by Y11, H12 is equal to minus Y12 divided by Y11, and now I acquired the I2 in terms of I1 and V2. So V2 is already there, but here V1 is there, which is creating problem. We want to express V1 in terms of either I1 and V2. Already you can see here this expression V1 is very clear. Substitute the value of I1 here. Therefore I2 is equal to Y21 V1. V1 is I1 by Y11 minus Y12 divided by Y11 V2. Okay. Plus Y22 V2. Segregate the terms. So I1 is equal to Y21 by Y11 I1 minus Y12 Y21 divided by Y11 V2 plus Y22 V2. Take V2 as common. I2 is equal to Y21 divided by Y11 I1 plus V2 is common. Therefore minus Y12 y21 divided by y11 plus y22. So compare with the standard expression of y parameter model. The standard expression we have here is I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Therefore, H21 is Y21 divided by Y11. Y22 is Y11 Y22 minus Y12 Y21 divided by Y11. So successfully we transformed H parameters in terms of Y parameters. This is what our target is fulfilled. So already in the previous we have been solved H parameters in terms of Z parameter, H in terms of Y, now H in terms of ABCD. We'll see the next derivation. H parameters in terms of ABCD parameters. This also very simple, nothing to worry. One second. We have the basic H parameters are V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2, and second expression is I2 is equal to H21 I1 and H22 V2, and we have ABCD parameters as V1 I1, next one is V2 I2. So how to write down these equations is V1 I1 is equal to A B C D of V2 minus I2. From here I can write down V1 is equal to AV2 minus BI2 is one equation, and I1 is equal to CV2 minus DI2. So compare the equation which has V1 in terms of I1 V2. You see here V1 I1 V2 not there, okay, or I2 in terms of I1 V2. So I2 is there, so we can write down this one. So here you can see here I2 terms is there, I1 term is there, V2 is there. So you can write down D into I2 is equal to CV2 minus I1. So I2 is equal to C by D into V2 1 by D into I1. So we require this expression. So I2 is equal to minus 1 by D into I1 plus C by D into V2. So what is the standard format we have? I2 is equal to H22 I1 plus H22 V2. So this is the value of H22. This is the value of H21. Therefore, H11, H12, H21 as well as H22. H21 is minus 1 by D, H22 is C by D. So now here the problem is V1 should be there, I1 should be there, and V2 is there, but I2 is creating the problem. I should be expressed in terms of I1 and V2. So from here just use this I2 in this expression. It's already there in I1 and V2. So V1 is equal to A V2 minus B into I2 is minus I1 by D plus C by D into V2. So that is A V2 plus minus into minus plus B I1 by D minus BC by D into V2. Take I1 as an common term. This is B by D into I1 and V2 is common. We have A minus BC by D. So compare with the standard expression. V1 is equal to H11 I1 H12 V2. H11 value is B by D. H12 value is AD minus BC divided by D. So this is how successfully we transform Y parameters in terms of ABCD parameter and H parameter in terms of Y parameter and H parameters in terms of ABCD parameter and H parameters in terms of Z parameter. So H2Z we done it and H2Y we had done and H2 ABCD we had done. So the basic sense is first write down the H parameter, write down the ABCD, use ABCD, express ABCD in a standard form that should have I2 in terms of I1 and V2, then compare with the standard expression and use this I2 in this expression and I'll compare this in such a way this should be in terms of I1 in terms of I1 and V2, then compare with the standard expression. Okay, if you feel the content is useful to you, please like the video, please share it with your friends. Still, if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. I will answer your doubts. And if you're watching the channel for the first time, subscribe to my channel, which is a free channel for the betterment of students and faculty. Yours obediently will meet in the next video. Yours obediently, Ram.